This is going to be a quick video, but on the other day, someone was asking me, what is the best way to pick songs for a choir? And I thought, instead of me just explaining it to them, in my humble opinion, it's best to just do a live on this. This class will not be that long. We had an awesome class last week with Donald Buster Woods joining in. Hey, Miriam. He joined in. He gave us a wealth of information, things that I forgot about, some things that I didn't know. He shared with us a wealth of information, and we still have people talking about it. And I have other instructors lined up as well. They are eager to share what they have learned and what they've accomplished in various different ways, other than the way that I've done it. I'm very proud of myself in the sense that I'm able to hear from other people, knowing that I'm not the only one with information. There are other people who are just as gifted and just as knowledgeable, or maybe more knowledgeable than I am, and you will hear from them. Me too, Miriam. I'm ready to learn more. Yes, when you have a learning spirit, you can just, the sky is the limit. Okay, when we start to remember or to think that we've accomplished everything and there's nothing else to learn, then we cease to grow. But back to the question, they were saying, well, what is the best way to pick a song for the choir? And I was thinking that music really is a powerful tool that can saturate the soul. And we as choir directors really don't understand how much of an impact we have on whatever arena we in, whether it's a church, the school, it's a community choir, it doesn't matter. We have a tremendous impact on the people who are sitting in those seats listening, because think about it, everyone that's sitting in those seats has a spirit of expectation. Even if it's a competition, church, community, a gospel festival, whatever, they're sitting in those seats with expectation of being reached, of being encouraged, of being inspired. And there is a pressure on us to perform, to have the choir perform, to be the best. Nobody wants to be categorized as like, oh my God, you don't want them in charge, or whatever. All of us want to be viewed as the best. We want to be the best we can be. And we also do like to be celebrated by our peers. I mean, honestly, who wants to do something and nobody even notices that you do it? But picking a song, as I said, music has the power to affect the human spirit. And I was telling the person, like, to someone else, not to that person, but I was thinking, when you pick a song for your choir, what is your motivation? Think about that. Hey, Melissa, what is your motivation for picking a song? I mean, are you picking the song because it's popular? Everybody's singing it. Are you picking the song for the message? Are you picking it for your own brand, building your brand? Some people do that. They only pick songs that will cause them to move around. Some directors like to do a show. They strictly about the show. They could really care less about the choir and how, I know directors, they could care less about how their choir sounds. All they're about is, I get to stand up on a platform in front of everybody, and I get to move, and I get to do whatever I want to do. And they just pick a song that appeals to them, but it's really not appealing to the audience. Anybody can stand in front of someone and direct a song, pick a song. I know in the jurisdiction that I'm in, sometimes they tell you, pick your song that you want to direct, basically under the premise that it's something that that you can relate to. But people want to do the show. Exactly, Melissa. It should be about ministry, but that's when you're picking a song, you should be thinking about it. How is this going to impact the service? Is this song going to bless? Is it blessing me? First of all, I never pick a song that doesn't bless me, because chances are, if it's not doing anything for me, it's not going to do anything for anybody else. You understand what I'm saying? What is the message of the song? Sometimes we can pick a song because of the beat, and I do understand some churches have young people and some churches have more older people or whatever. But as a choir director, we should know how to bridge the gap. Use that music to bridge the gap. I was thinking, music, the songs that you pick for your choir should have saturation. You should have saturation in mind. Case in point, let's think about this. When it's a rainstorm that comes and it's like, it's just coming down hard. Okay, yes, it's wetting the ground, but it's not penetrating. That's how we get the flash floods running through everything, because the rain is coming down so fast and it's wetting things up, but it's not penetrating. It's not doing anything. It's not saturating the ground. It's just whoosh. And it takes a whole bunch of stuff with it. Whereas when you get that soft rain, it saturates the ground. It goes down in the ground where the roots are. And it even travels even further than that, down below the ground where the artesian wells are. Yeah, I like geography. But down where the artesian wells are, all of those rivers that flow underground that we don't see, that water, when it saturates, it goes down very gently, and it's just refreshing. Your songs should be refreshing. Now, in Pentecostal church and in some other churches, we used to that fast song. Everything's got to be like this. If you're not clapping real hard and sweating and falling out, then, we're not singing. You're not doing anything. But all of our songs cannot be that. It's almost like somebody that's, when they're preaching, they're hooping. And it's like people say, well, he preached or whatever. And you say, well, what did he say? I don't know, but they preached. But whereas when you have a minister or a missionary or whoever that's teaching, you can recall more. Same thing with our songs. We don't want all of our songs to be fast and moving and whatever else. We want songs that saturate the spirit. Start in the mind, because a lot of people come to church and they're troubled. You come to church for inspiration. You come to be ministered to. Okay? So the song has to minister to you before you can minister to somebody else. So when that song, I was thinking like the song, Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Now that song can start, a person can listen to it, but eventually it'll start reaching the spirit. And even if you have things that are going on in your life, you think about it. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that is within me. It takes you off your problems and bring you into a place of worship. That's what we should do. Praise teams, they basically bring you into worship, but the choir prepares your spirit and your mind for the word of God. Okay? So, think about saturating. What is this song doing? Is it ministering to people? Hey, Lady Joyce, is it ministering to people? Is it putting something on their mind? Is it soothing them? What is it doing? Don't just pick a song because it's popular. That's cool for a musical. That's what musicals are for. There's a difference. Musicals are for all of these songs of the late and great, where got you jumping around and basically exercising. They're great for that. But when we're talking about coming to a church service, there are times, I'd admit there are times where we sing, hey, Pastor, where we sing, and the song may go, oh, Lord, bum, 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 we praise you. That just may happen. The Spirit may call for this. That's all fine and dandy. But we know we have to realize what our purpose and what our calling is, and that is to be a vessel that God can use to bless others. Realizing, I was thinking also, when the songs that we sing or that we pick should be somewhat therapeutic. You know what I mean? When people are coming into the house of God, they've dealt with so much out in the streets, in the home, on the job, or wherever. Music is in a sense is therapeutic. Okay? I was thinking, and now a lot of the doctors are beginning to see that sometimes music is a better healing medicine than actually having a person take all of these different, medicines and drugs and things of that. I was watching a study. I'm kind of into that. I'm digressing a little bit, as my father said, as Apostle Paul said, bear with me in my folly. I was watching a documentary, and it was a senior citizen. He was older. It was a group of them, but it was one in particular they were focusing on. And he he was confined to a chair. He could not move around or whatever. And the therapist came, and they have that little belt thing that they strap around you. I'm beginning to really fall in love with music therapy, really, seriously. But she had this belt thing that she wrapped around him and helped him walk around, so that he can get some exercise and move around. And he was just, like, okay, whatever, let's just get this over with. But they had an idea, music therapists had an idea. Somehow or another, they found out about the music that he enjoyed back from when he was younger. And they played it. Now, when he first started, he was, kind of like, okay, all right, whatever. And she was there maybe about 3 or 4 hours. But do you realize that by the time she got to the 4th hour, this man was walking around the house. He was singing. He was doing everything. That music reached his spirit. And he was just, it was amazing to see this man go through a metamorphosis. You seen this person confined, sitting there, and then all of a sudden, 2 or 3 hours later, you see him walking around singing, and he's with the therapist, and he's moving, and whatever. So, our songs that we pick for the choir should be therapeutic. It should reach them. It should help them. It should inspire them. I guess is what I'm trying to get across, because I hear so many young directors, the songs that they come up with, I'm like, you should throw a hymn in there. It's okay. Our young directors really don't know any of the hymns now. All they know is this later stuff. And I'm saying, they placed you over a music department. You need to have a variety of music. You have an older generation there. You have a middle group, like me, and then you have the young. I said, but you need to encompass the whole gamut. The young people need to know the hymns, because those are the songs that are proven and tried, that have gotten everybody through to this point. People in my age category, we've been through things, and we know those songs work. Well, the young ones don't know that. They need to learn that. So you need to have a variety of songs that can reach all levels of people. And I was telling them also, in my own world of directing, I tell them, you should have different lists. You should know, no matter what anybody says, I don't care how great the choir is, I don't care who they are. The choir is only as strong as the weakest singer. If your weak singer cannot hold a tune, you got problems. You have problems, because that's going to affect the entire group. Seriously. You have to have everybody on one page. You have to work with everybody and get everyone to work as one unit. Okay? So, when you pick your songs, notice your choir. I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, I talked about how you have to know the personality of everybody in your choir, know your strengths, your weaknesses, whatever. You really do need to know that, and this is the reason why. There are some songs you have to think ahead as being in charge of that choir. There are some songs which I call fail-safe. Okay? I don't care when you sing them. They move the service. It gets the choir excited, it gets the congregation excited. They move, they're ready to go. You got some songs like that. Like some choirs get nervous when people come in. They can sing well with the regular crowd. They're used to you. You remember that church, I'm used to you. But then when visitors come in, they seem a little intimidating, or they get nervous because some artist or somebody that they know can sing comes in and they get a little nervous. You need to be pulling from that fail-safe list. Because there are some songs that the choir can sing. I don't care if they have sleep under duress, they nervous, they scared, they can still sing these songs properly. Have that list, okay? You need to have a list that relates to the congregation, what I call your mass choir list. Sometimes, we focus on the choir. Sometimes we need to involve the congregation. Just because they sitting there looking doesn't mean that they don't want to get involved too. Sometimes I do that. Songs like All in His Hand. They that wait upon the Lord. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. He's a great God. He'll make it all right. And that is like one of the coolest things you can do, is sing a song and the audience make the whole church the choir. You understand? That comes under picking songs and making the service interesting. You know how you be surprised the reaction you get when you just say, okay, you know what, we're gonna let everybody sing. Everybody join in. And it's you get the church mothers, you get everybody singing. And it's such a beautiful spirit that gets ushered in when you include everybody. So you should have that list, your mass choir list, that you can call, just in case, you might have a few folks in the choir. You can just pull that list out and get the whole church involved. And then you have your other list, all of the songs you're trying to introduce, all of the new material, some of the old material that you're resurrecting and bringing back. Yeah. Like now, we don't really have that many choir songs out there now because everybody's kind of into the ensembles and things of that sort. So we have to go back to the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s and get some of those songs and bring them up. We don't even have to refresh them. Stretch Out is from the 70s. When trouble comes, the storm begins to rise. I hold on and learn to. That's from the 70s. We can bring that song forward and it will minister. And not only in essence, we're like bridging the gap between the generations. There's really so much involved. A lot of times people just, and I don't mean to make it sound so complex, but there are so many facets of it. I mean, in order to do a great job at it, you really need to, it involves constant prayer, constant meditation, reading the word, because we're singing the gospel. So you need to know the word in order to know what you're singing about. It needs to be activated in you. Okay. And I stress that almost like every other week or every week. It needs to be activated in you. You can't sell a car if you don't believe in it. You can't sell Jesus, not sell him in a way, but you can't witness for Jesus unless you believe in him, unless you experience some things, unless you know some things about him. Otherwise, you're just telling people just sitting there like, look, okay, I hear you talking, but I don't hear you saying anything. You understand? So, I mean, when you picking a song, make sure you pick that song for the right reasons. Not for popularity, not for showmanship, not because, to build your brand or whatever. It's for ministry. Ministry through music is a very powerful thing. It's a very, very powerful thing. You have a severe impact on people. We have an impact on people anyway, as we walk through life, as we talk, wherever we go. We always impact people. But some positions in the church, you have a greater impact because people are looking up to you and they're watching you. So you want to make sure that whatever you do, especially picking the songs, you want to make sure that they're relatable, that they are ministering to people, that they are reaching the soul and reaching the heart. Okay? Because you don't want to, the worst thing you can do is sing something in the congregation, have the choir rehearsing and practicing on a song in a congregation, and then when they sing it before the congregation and it moves no one. What you say, Aaron? This day and time, gospel music is horrible to me. Is either selfish or either emotional, not to God. Exactly. Seriously, it's just moving the flesh. Because when you get through singing and doing whatever you do, the thing is, I see that all the time when choirs, they sing and, whatever. And when they get through, it's like they didn't do anything. It's a hush in the church. And you're like, you just got up there and it's like people sit down before you even get finished. And I'm not saying that you're doing it for a reaction, but it should have an impact. Even the slow song, even, they may not get up and run around the church, but it puts something on people, on a person's mind. That, I need to think about what I'm doing. Like maybe I need to change. But what they singing now is not gospel. You're right, Brother Aaron. It's not gospel. It's inspirational. It's something else. I mean, if I want to hear inspirational, I'm going to go somewhere else if I want to hear inspirational. Some songs you can sing, they're okay. But when you're singing a song that's in church and you're trying to minister, Jesus should be somewhere in the song. I shouldn't be confused as to try to have to sit there and listen to like 3 or 4 stanzas before I figure out you talking about Jesus. You know, when we're singing the gospel, there should be no confusion. No one should be confused and trying to like, okay, you know, I don't know which way this is going. No, you should automatically know when I sing something, you should know, like that song, I Love Jesus. If you just allow me, it's you don't have to guess about what I'm doing. Sister Melissa says, no, it's personality. Earn $1 and sometime the latest dance moves. You're absolutely right. You entertainment. We're not there to entertain. And I think we have gotten to the point where we're looking for that Madison Avenue technique. If you're not doing all these different moves and jumping across and whatever else, people don't receive it. They kind of sit there like nothing happened. Church is not a place to entertain you. We're not there to entertain. We are not there to entertain. Now, sometimes we do fancy claps. You know, you get into it and you do, whatever. But we're not there to entertain. And I think sometimes we have allowed what the world has said, well, that's boring. You know what? No, it's not. If you're in the spirit and the spirit is calling for a particular song and you're in the spirit, it's not boring. It's not. That's the trick of the enemy. It is not boring. We're not here to entertain you. We're not here to make you feel good and run, whatever. We're here to minister. And I think that's where we get off. We get into the celebrity side of gospel music instead of realize we take our focus off Jesus and the ministry and what we're supposed to be doing, winning souls to Christ, and then encouraging those who are in Christ to hold on to hope and faith. That's what we're supposed to do. Sophia Jefferson said, it's no coincidence that I came across this page. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sophia. It's good. Thanks for joining us on tonight. Thank you. But, seriously, we have to remember what we're called to do. I mean, and I'm one of those people, I love directing. Oh, my God. From a child, I have been one of those people that love it. But when I direct the choir, I'm not looking at fame or, I wonder what they're going to say about me when I get through. When I stand up there and direct, I'm like, honestly, all my people that know me, God is my secretary. I've been directing over 40 years from a child all the way up and the whole 9 yards, teaching, whatever. When I walk up there, as I'm walking up to the platform, people may be saying, oh my God, that's my girl. That's my girl. I'm walking up. I'm saying, Jesus, where are you? I need to feel your presence because right now I'm walking up these stairs and I'm like, Lord, hold it, wait. I'm waiting to feel that it's a certain feeling that I get that I know that the Holy Ghost and Jesus is hey, flesh is out of the way. Which way am I going? Because I have no idea. They can tell me the song, but I have no idea which way I'm going. I'm moving myself, flesh aside, and I'm like, Jesus, where you at? Do your thing. I'm a vessel. I'm out of the way. Do your thing. But by the time I raise my hands up, I feel what I need to feel. And I was like, yes, Lord, use me to your service for your glory, for all the glory and the honor and the praise going to do. We forget about that. We forget that what we're doing, singing, directing, playing instruments, whatever, what we're doing is to bring glory, honor, and praise to the Lord. That's how people get blessed. Because, when you're up there and you're focusing on pleasing the Lord and bringing glory and honor to him, people can see that. They can see you're not about form, fashion, or whatever. You're not. As a matter of fact, I don't even see you. I see who I'm supposed to see and tell them which way I'm going. But my mind and my heart is focused on giving God the glory, the honor, and the praise. And through that, he's able to come through and use me to bless other people. I take the song the way he wants it, not the way I want it or the way I heard this directed at another church. Now, we do listen to other people and they do, cute little things. And sometimes we're taking it and incorporate it. But that doesn't necessarily mean we need to use it. I mean, the Spirit may not call for us to be doing, all these different changes in the song. Sometimes, the songs may have 3 different sections. And I may have the intent of using all three, but then the Spirit is like, no, just do the two. Go from the beginning to the end, and that's it. And he blessed the service. It doesn't matter. I'm done. Lord, thank you, Sophia. Thank you so much. But I'm done. She said, Lord, pray. I received that. Lord, let her words be spread throughout. I receive it. Thank you so much. I received that because I want to be a vessel of Christ. But that's what we're here for. So when you pick your songs, think about that. Is this song going to give glory to God? Is this song going to lift the bowed down head? Is this song going to lift the spirit of somebody? And if it's not going to do that, then maybe we need to save that for the musical. Because, when people come, honestly, I don't hear too many musicals like we used to anymore. They used to be the running thing. Especially in Chicago, we had a musical like you had to decide which one you were going to. It would be 3 and 4 on one day. But we don't have that so much. But, at a musical, people are coming to hear music. You don't have to do anything. They come to be entertained with all of this. But we have to remember that when they come to church, they're not coming for that. People are down. Some are depressed. Some are just like they lost. They don't know which way to go. And they don't need somebody standing up there being all grand. Well, we're going to pick this song, and it's got more beat and more bop. And the person sitting there like, let's follow the Spirit when we pick songs. Let's follow the Lord, the leading of the Lord. Let's make sure that song has a message. Let's make sure that it's edifying the body of Christ. Let's make sure that it's pointing to Jesus. Yeah, Latasha says we need them 80s songs back. Some of today's songs are crazy. Girl, please. Let me read that again. We need some of them 80s songs back. Some of them today's songs are crazy. They really are. Honestly, I don't really sing anything new. The only one I sing some of Ricky Dillard stuff. And yes, ma'am, sure did. 80s got you shut. They sure did. Them songs, and let's not, especially those songs that Benny Cummins. Anybody know Benny Cummins? Stop now, okay? But I may sing like Dexter Walker has a nice one out. I'm Saved. That's a nice song. And then Malcolm Williams comes out, has a couple of nice songs that I like. But really, we have to go back and get those old songs and bring them up. And we don't have to polish them up. Just sing them just how they are. Sing them how they are. They'll do the job. They will do the job. And I think we've allowed the world to come in so much and influence us so much with our music, with what we're what we're attempting to do, that it's really messed us up. And so a lot of us, it's up to us that know better, that have access to information, and we've learned. It's up for us to be examples and show them how to do it. It's up to us. And that's part of the reason, I guess that's why the Lord had me to start this choir academy, because, the choir directors, we have a hard time. I'm not going to tell the story. We have a hard time. And, and that's other things I'm going to discuss in a couple of weeks. Well, we have other instructors coming in, and I'm going to share some more things. But we have a hard time. And we want to do, we want to do effective jobs, and we want to be accepted, but we definitely have to remember, who are we really working for? I know we're subject under our leaders in the churches, but we are really working for the Lord. If you're in that capacity, you held accountable for what you do. Just like the pastor's held accountable for his job, we are held accountable for what we do. And it's up to us to do the best job that we can with the information that we have. But we definitely have to pick songs. Remember, really think about what you're doing when you pick these songs. Really think about it. Okay? What's the message? Does it have a purpose? Do we know who we're talking about? If anybody listens to this song, and I know I'm repeating myself, this is the last time because I'm about to end this. I only go 30 minutes. But what's the message? Is this song a ministry song, or is it out in the street? Really, what are we trying to do with the song? Is it appealing to my flesh or is it appealing to my spirit? Seriously, we need to think about those things. And if we're operating in the spirit of ministry, then we'll pick appropriate songs. We will pick songs that are appropriate for the house of God, for the congregation, wherever we are. We will pick the right songs for the right situation, because the Spirit will lead you. He'll lead you and tell you, no, don't sing that song, sing this one. Latasha said, yes, our director is led by the Spirit. I'm so glad. That is an awesome blessing. To have someone who is over your music department, who's not motivated by flesh and creating confusion and all of these different things, creating mayhem, but they're really led by the Spirit. That is a blessing. That is a blessing. It is a true blessing. We need more people who follow the Spirit. We do. We got too many people following the flesh. Ooh, that's a whole other thing. See, I don't even want to get started. Because I said I'm only going to be here 30 minutes. I don't even want to start because that's going to take me off on another tangent. But we need more people who follow the Spirit of God and not the flesh. Anybody can talk and run around and flap wings and whatever. But to be led by the Spirit of God, that means you got a relationship with Him. That means you connected to Him. That means you listen to Him. That means you're not just a fair weather friend. You are a true friend of God if you follow the Spirit of God. I hope I said something to help you all on tonight. So do me a favor. If you enjoyed it, click the like button somewhere over here. Click the share button. And those of you who are on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, because I know some people do not like Facebook. So those of you who are on Facebook and you have friends that are not Facebook people, but they still would like to hear this, tell them to go to YouTube, the Choir Directors Academy on YouTube. They can hit the subscribe button so they'll see the same thing you see. They won't see all your beautiful comments, but they will see the same thing. And let's get this word out so we can encourage everybody. Latasha said, I'm about to raise you an offering. Sister Melissa say, you got to have it. Teach you. Oh, Lord. Sister Melissa, please. Sophia, thank you for this message. Continue to be a blessing. Thank you all. Thank you, Latasha, Sophia, Melissa, Aaron. I know you out there somewhere, bruh. He always mess with me. Thank you all so much for joining in with me. And next week we'll be back here again at 7:30. I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do. I got surprises, so I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do. But we're going to keep this train moving in the right direction, spreading the message and helping people bring the choir back. You all have a good evening. God bless you. God bless everybody. Thank you, Latasha, so very much. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next week. Peace.